Hi, I'm David Garfinkel, and today I would like to do one of my favorite activities in front of you. Now, if you were looking for something scandalous, you might have to go to another site besides YouTube. But in a way, this is very scandalous. I am going to read the National Enquirer. That's right, this is one of my favorite activities. I want to show you how to read the National Enquirer, not as a avid subscriber, but as a business person, because you can get a tremendous amount out of this. I've been telling people to do this. I was even featured in the National Enquirer about 12 years ago, in 1998. I don't have my copy of it, but it's probably about this month, April or May of 1998. The cover photo was Frank Sinatra. He had just died. And the story about me was, I read the National Enquirer. It said, top ad exec reads the National Enquirer. That was the first and last time I was ever called an ad exec, but that's okay. I write advertising copy, and in the world of the National Enquirer, everything has a different name anyway. Let me just read you the headlines on the cover, and you will learn a tremendous amount that you didn't learn yet from P.T. Barnum about how to promote things. Divorce file secrets. Tiger had sex with 121 women while married to Ellen, according to the National Enquirer headline. Bloated Whitney, more drug problems. And here's the big one, Brad and Angelina. Brad and Angelina, twins health shocker. Tragic Down syndrome report surrounding Vivian and Knox. And then, now as you can see, I subscribe to this. I'm serious about this. There's another headline, it's sort of covered up, Chaz Bono's heart attack drama, and I can't read the red words because it's underneath the address label. Now, why am I reading the cover to you? You know how to read, well, probably. And the reason is, these words are brilliant because they sell hundreds of thousands of copies off of the newsstand when competing with such worthy competitors as the Weekly World News and The Star and People magazine and Scientific American. Yeah, National Enquirer beats them all. These are million-dollar headlines. They're every word, twins health shocker, Brad and Angelina, twins health shocker, that will grab the public's attention. Tiger had sex with 121 women. I mean, it boggles the mind, right? Just to think about it. Now, is it true or not? Well, what's interesting is when you read the story, somebody who may not have known what they were talking about, who lived next door to Tiger, and I haven't read the story, so I'm here speculating, may have said that, and that would be good enough as long as they spell out the details inside. The reason I'm bringing this up is one of my mentoring clients said he saw the last video about storytelling, and he said that he would like to know how to become a better storyteller. Now, what he doesn't know, and what I tried to tell him but he wouldn't hear, was that he's already a good storyteller. But because he's a very analytical person and very studious person, I said, okay, here's some things you can study. And so I recommended one of the books from last time. You remember there are 3 books. The book I recommended was Story by Robert McKee. I recommended that, and then he had an ongoing assignment to read the National Enquirer. He stopped. Can you imagine? He stopped reading the National Enquirer, and now he's feeling insecure about his ability to tell stories. You see, there's a reason to read it. Let's just look at this story here. You see that? Jodie Sweetin pregnant again. Well, I should know who Jodie is. Oh, she's the Full House star. I don't watch Full House. But ex-husband says drug-plagued child isn't equipped for another, drug-plagued child star, every word counts, isn't equipped for another baby. I mean, right there, the way they put these things together, you can learn so much about economy and effectiveness of space and words. 4 words got your attention if you know who she is, and it got mine even though I didn't know who she was. I know who she is now. And then we have ex-husband says drug-plagued child star isn't equipped for another baby. And then here's our first sentence. Addiction-plagued Full House star Jody Sweeten is pregnant with baby number 2, and her ex-husband is outraged, the Enquirer has learned. Now, you may think, what garbage, who cares? Well, let me tell you, millions of people do care, and you can translate this type of thing to your business, even if it has nothing to do with pregnancy or addictions or husbands and wives or outrage. Let's say, for example, what would be about the most boring thing you could do? You could sell sawdust. Okay, that would be, or you could just sell dust. Forget the saw part. Let's say you sold dust. That was your business. You could say, the man who drives our truck has big dark circles under his eyes, and he's ready to collapse because he's brought so much dust into our warehouse that we're having a clearance sale. You see how I took the Jody Sweeten story and I just turned it around into the truck driver in the dust business? Isn't that a lot more interesting than dust for sale, dust for sale? What the Enquirer will teach you, and what the Enquirer does, is it finds the human drama in the most inane stories. And yet, this is what we do with most of our lives. This is what the tight-lipped, well-coiffed people in first class do in the airplane. This is what women do in a salon. This is what men do in the locker room at the gym. And the Enquirer shows you how to do it in print better than anything else. Let's see if we can find one more thing. Okay, here we go. Tiger confesses to 120 affairs, but he won't admit the fling with the neighbor daughter that ended his marriage for good. And there's this college girl who the Enquirer says he had an affair with. So 120. Now, I read this story before, and what happened was the Enquirer says when he was at the recovery center, Gentle Path in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, he had to write down the names of all the women he'd had affairs with, but he left out this one, Rachel. So I hope that next time you're in the grocery store, instead of being embarrassed like most people are when they see the Enquirer, you'll buy it. Disclosure, even though they wrote about me, I have no affiliate relationship with this newspaper, and in fact, they get my money each week. So, but I get a lot out of it. You learn, you want to learn how to tell stories, read the Enquirer, enjoy it, or keep your lunch down depending on how you react to it, but then study it. Notice how they do things. You'll learn a lot. This is David Garfinkel. So long for now.